In this segment, I will quickly introduce you to the process I use in lightweight video production. This 5-stage process has worked well for both large and small projects and can be scaled for your needs. So let's take a quick look at these stages. In this essential first stage, the objectives of the video are defined and an outline is created. Depending on the scope of the project, this can be something as simple as a few sentences and bullet points. The point here is to clearly define the objectives and outcomes. Here's an example of the objectives and outcomes that I've created for this video. With the objectives firmly in mind and hand, a script and storyboard is created. This is the creative process in which your video begins to take form. The script allows you to present your spoken content in a way that makes it easier to gauge timing and delivery. It is also the written transcript for captioning the video later. Here's an example of a script I did for this project. The storyboard allows you to present the visual components of your video in a way that makes it easier to gauge timing and delivery relative to what's being said. Also, your storyboard will integrate nicely with the screencasting software, which uses the storyboard model in its interface. Here's an example of a storyboard I did for this video. As you can see, the storyboard doesn't have to be elaborate and isn't about the artwork. You simply want to have visual cues that indicate what's being shown in the video. The shoot stage can involve filming, screencasting, or slideshow capture. In any case, your script and storyboard act as a blueprint for your video. The two most important considerations in filming are lighting and sound. Outdoor lighting is usually best. If you're filming indoors, it's best to have neutral lighting. Screencasting is essentially capturing your actions on a computer screen. Lighting is not an issue, but again, sound quality is very important. Slideshow capture is essentially turning a slideshow into a running video. I don't often use this method, but there are cases where this approach is appropriate. Editing can be the most time-consuming stage in the process. Here you are bringing the pieces of your presentation together in the appropriate order and with the appropriate timing. This process often requires multiple iterations of editing and previewing to fine-tune the video. And sometimes it requires the refilming or re-recording of some segments. I've found it particularly helpful to get feedback from other viewers during this stage. The editing software you use will depend on the kind of video you're making. Keynote and ScreenFlow can be used for the bulk of your live video and short, simple screencasts. Occasionally, more specialized video effects may be desired, and in this case, iMovie is the appropriate tool. Once the video has been edited and reviewed, you can either caption it using the Movie Captioner software I recommend and stream it from your own server, or you can upload your video to YouTube, make use of their captioning technology, and embed the video into a website for viewing. I've found YouTube's service to be quite good for lightweight projects and recommend it for most cases. Well, that's been a brief overview of the process I use for lightweight video production. As an example of a more detailed look at the practice of lightweight video production, see the last segment in this series called The Techniques. Thanks for watching.